What? What did you find in the sewer? A mermaid? Come on, man. Mermaids don't exist, dude. Go paint something, will ya? Welcome to Body Bags. I'm your Thursday reviewer, Chris, from Crispy Movies. Now, you know my name is Chris, and you know I love B movies. Now, last week, I said that I would be reviewing a film about When a Stranger Calls. Well, that's not the case this week. I kind of changed my mind, had a lot of different things going on. And even though I haven't seen When a Stranger Calls in a very long time, I didn't want to do a review based on a film I've seen many years ago. I wanted to get like a fresh take on the film. So I decided to do another film that I actually found on YouTube. I don't own a physical copy of this, and it's a Hideshi Hino film. And it's part of the Guinea Pig series. Now there's a lot of conflict. Even though this was the fourth one in the series to actually come out, a lot of the makers and producers say that this is actually the sixth, when other makers, Hideshi Hino himself, says it's number four. But we'll call it six. So there's a big conflict of whether it's the fourth or sixth one in the series. But it's called Mermaid in a Manhole, and it's from 1988. Now, what you get with the Guinea Pig series, it's for the gorehounds out there. There's not much of a story in any of these films, although be it very short films. It's all about guts and gore. And if you love guts and gore and pretty much nothing else, you're going to love this series of films. Now, Hideshi Hino, like I say, is a manga artist. He makes manga, comics and manga artwork. And he bases a lot of the stories in the Guinea Pig series, because he's the founder of the Guinea Pig series, into his manga work, which means comic books, manga style. And so he wanted to make a series of films based on his manga works. Not sure if these came from dreams or obsessions of his. He's a rather dark and mysterious man. But these films are basically guts and gore and, self-mutilation. Some of them have self-mutilation. Some where a guy drugs up a girl and just cuts her to pieces. And this is a different take. This is a guy who finds a mermaid in a sewer. A very interesting take. Almost like a dreamlike state. This is more of the more of an artistic film than most of the other Guinea Pig series films, where the art is all about the gore. This is more artistic in nature, and it seems, in the beginning, to be centered around love. So what happens is you get this artist, and he lost his wife. Not sure how he lost his wife, but I thought in the beginning she might have died, but it seems like she was just estranged from him, and so he kind of lost his mind. We see through the course of the film where he might have schizophrenia, and so he takes his time, although very melancholy in nature, to paint, and he paints anything he finds to be beautiful. Now he opens up a manhole and goes down into the sewer area where he says he keeps all of his prized possessions, things that remind him of the past. And it's dark and it's murky down there. And out of nowhere, while he's down there, he sees this mermaid. Now the last time he saw a mermaid, and yes he did, is when he was a little kid. And now in his adult life, after everything seems to be just going horrible for him, he sees that same mermaid. And he all of a sudden comes up, wow, I want to paint her. Yes, I need to paint her. So he starts painting her, but then he sees that she has these like contusions and what she calls tumors and like bumps. And she's starting to bleed from like the waist down. So he's like, oh my God, I have to take care of you. So him and his friend bring this big bathtub up to his apartment, and he brings her up and soaks her in water. But in the process of him painting her, she's getting increasingly worse. There's more bumps, moment by moment, all over her body. And it's getting progressively worse, where it's basically just going to eat her up and kill her. And he comes to terms with this, but it's kind of tough because he lost his wife. He doesn't want to lose his second love of his life, with his mermaid. But even though she's getting worse and there's no way she can get any better, he tries to like give her medicine, but it just doesn't work. She just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And over time, She's breaking up in these blotches all over her body, and it's consuming, now going up to her face, and it's just deteriorating. Her whole body is like deteriorating, and it's killing him because now, like I said, he's losing another woman in his life. But in the process, he's trying to paint her, and as she's getting worse, he's trying to paint her and make a beautiful painting of her. So at one point, she says, look, I'm going to die. I'm not going to make it. Just cut me open and use the pus from my body to paint my final picture. So he's like, no, I don't want to do this. But in the process, he has no choice, and, well, he feels he has no choice, and he cuts her up. And every time he cuts her, a color of pus, first it's white, then it's green, then it's blue. And so he takes these little bowls and puts them there, and the pus drops in there, and he uses the pus to paint the rest of her picture. Meanwhile, his nosy neighbors are trying to find out what's going on over there, because they used to see him all the time, and I don't see him as much. And so they kind of get quizzical about what's going on. They feel he's going insane, but they're very quizzical about what's going on in his life, as they don't see him as much as they used to. And then come to find out, they get to see the whole picture. And they scream and run. Ah! So he does finish the painting, but now she is breaking out. Her face is breaking out in these bumps, and now little squiggly worms are coming up of all different colors, and they basically look like gummy worms coming to life. So at one point, he gets all the worms off her, and then after a while, she's like, now that you're done, please kill me, put me out of my misery. And at first, he doesn't want to, but then he just goes ballistic and mad and just cuts her limbs off and just cuts her into pieces. And that's a spoiler, but I think you know what you're going to get from the Guinea Pig series of films. Lots of guts and gore. And towards the end, because he does get arrested and taken to jail, towards the end, the cops came up with that he murdered his wife. But he's telling them, no, I killed the mermaid. Her body was deteriorating. I put her out of her misery. But the police, when he got to jail, said, no, he killed his wife, and now he says he killed a mermaid. But then they find these mysterious scales and don't know where they came from. So maybe it was his schizophrenia that thought he was killing a mermaid, but really was killing his wife. Or maybe it was exactly how he saw it. Within the context of the Guinea Pig series, anything's possible, right? Guts and gore. It's for all you gorehounds out there, man. You know what you're going to get. Not much of a story. This had more of a story than from some of the other films that I've seen, but was it based on love? Was it all in his mind? Did he really kill his wife? And the mermaid, or his wife, was pregnant at the time, so at the end you see the baby just lying there. It was pretty sick. Pretty sick movie, pretty sick story. I wouldn't eat gummy worms or eat pudding while watching this. All the pus scenes and all the scaly worms all over the place that look like gummy worms that come to life. Oh yeah. Hideshi Hino, he was a mastermind of gore and horror. And I do want to check out his manga series. I definitely want to look that up as well. Mermaid and Manhole, I think it was one of the best ones I've seen. In the Guinea Pig series, had everything you want, guts and gore, and had a little bit of a story. Not much, but a little bit in a story, a little more than the other ones I've seen. Flower and Flesh and Blood was probably my favorite one, but this was close second, this was pretty close, I did kind of enjoy it. And never will welcome this day. 57 minutes and you're done. Guts, gore, pretty mermaid, beautiful painting, and then it's over, it's done with. And they try to throw a little twist at the end, but it was goofy. So anyway, yeah, man, if you're a gorehound, check out all the Guinea Pig films. And again, we don't know whether this one's 4 or 6, but if it came out 4th, I'm going to say it's 4th, okay? Let's just say that. And you can watch this for free on YouTube. This is the unrated cut of the film. So check it out on YouTube. I don't have a physical copy of this one. But, if you want to check it out, it's free on YouTube, right? Can't go wrong with that. Alright, I'm going to rate this one on the cheeseometer, 10 being top cheese, 1 being the worst. And I'm going to do it kind of like in a guinea pig scale. I give it a 7. One of the better of the guinea pig films that I've seen, if you're a gorehound, you'll definitely enjoy this one. And it was more artistic than some of the other ones I've seen, so it had more artsiness to it. Goofy acting from the painter. He was goofy, and the neighbors were goofy, and but other than that, it was a fun watch. And as for you Gorehounds out there, so if you're a true Gorehound, check it out. And check out all the other Body Bags reviewers. They're all passionate what they do. They're all awesome guys, so check their stuff out. Please subscribe to Body Bags and, of course, Crispy Movies. Like it if you like this video. And tune in next week, because I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to bring to the table next week in case that doesn't happen. But definitely check out Mermaid in a Manhole free on YouTube. And don't forget to watch those late night horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags. But don't forget to tune in to another episode of Body Bags, or your body may or your body may be utterly destroyed, like the mermaids in this film. Later, guys. See ya.